My name is Kertu and I am Head of Development and Planning Department in Elva. And also I was a part of administrative reform organizers in the local level and that's why I'm talking a bit about the background, and I can also say that maybe the shift towards to this using more digital tools and opening the communication through digital channels is a bit of a result of this reform, because we started to do things differently than it was before. So just here is just a map just to you to imagine what happened in Estonia after the reform. We have now 79 municipalities. Before it was more than 200, and Elva is located somewhere there with this red circle. Yeah, Elva is here. It's just a background. And also you are mainly from bigger cities and municipalities than we are. We have almost 15,000 inhabitants, and the area is like 732 kilometers. But yes, we came together from 6 different municipalities, and now we are Elva municipality. Just to give you a background, what are the responsibilities of municipalities in Estonia, because it might differ in different countries. In Estonia, we take care of social care, education, culture, youth work, housing and communal services, waste management, spatial planning, public transportation, construction and maintenance of municipality roads. But there are some fields that are not like our fields of responsibility, but we still try to help, like with local entrepreneurs and all that stuff. And the municipality types in Estonia are like 2 types. We are urban municipalities or towns, and rural municipalities. Elva is a rural municipality, but to point out, the fields of responsibilities are the same for the all. It doesn't matter if you are like 1,000 inhabitants or it's like 30,000. So it doesn't matter. So when we had this administrative reform, one of our tasks was to think through how to make local government more open to people, and how to interact with people and engage them. And we were a part of open government open government project, and the background, what is open government or e-democracy on a whole, is that today's modern world, people want to be engaged and communicate through digital channels. Also, this gives a possibility for local governments to use all the channels that are used before, maybe only in private sector, also with communicating and with citizens. And also it can increase government transparency, responsiveness and accountability. And in Estonia, it's like really normal that most of the services are available online. And our citizens, I can say that they are hoping for that. This is a normality. So here I brought out 7 steps that were worked out for us during this open government project, and we are using all those 7, and they're like a base for all these steps that we do and these activities that we do. First, improve access to information about your activities. People has to know what we are doing in a municipality level. Also, I will send the slides. You don't have to write them down or something. Secondly, discuss decisions with the community before decisions are made. It goes well together with Maarja-Leena's presentation, and I will show you some practical cases also later on how we do it in real life. Make NGOs funding sustainable and transparent. all those funding procedures are also online. But still, as a comment, we have this offline method always also available, because otherwise it might, it's not right for those who are not able to access the online methods. Work with NGOs to develop user-friendly public services, encourage young people to get involved in community life, prevent and avoid the risk of corruption, and make internet more accessible and help promote digital literacy for the population and also among elderly people. That for the young people, we don't have any problems with using digital tools as a municipality, but for elderly ones, it's a bit complicated, but they're like quite good at this in nowadays. Do you have any questions, maybe? Yeah.
What do you mean with sustainable funding?
You mean this NGO funding? It means that we have concrete rules for all the NGOs and procedure, because before the reform, different municipalities decided with different principles how to give the money to NGOs, and in some smaller ones it was like that NGO asked and they just got the money. But right now we have some focus points that they have to answer. They have to have a plan, they have to have a budget, or they have to describe what are they doing with this money. So this means the sustainable, and of course it means also that if they continue doing it, they can have the money next year also. So our priorities as a municipality, we use those 7 principles that I just talked about, using digital tools as much as possible. Also, we think that information should always be available to different channels, also offline ones. Personal approach, quality of service and customer satisfaction is important for us, and all services can be provided online. And these are those key points that we keep in mind. But we cannot do those things alone. We need the support from the government side, from the technical side. And if Maarja-Leena skipped the e-Estonia part, I'm bringing it in just a little to get you the background. You have to have the support from all levels of government, also in the municipality side. If the political level doesn't support all the actions that you do with this process, it's much harder. In Estonia, we have this electronic ID. The voting system and everything goes with this small card that we use. You probably know the background, yes. Right now I brought out the smart ID, but we also use the mobile phones for identification. A single portal for serving citizens, design of public services so that they are automatic and invisible to citizens. It doesn't mean that they are secret, but it means they are comfortable to use, is the conclusion. And people will, this is a really important point, people will not use those electronic services unless they know that the data is protected. You asked before what happens when the system crashed, and also this is still, this data protection and this subject is also, we discuss it in Estonian media also once in a while, but as Maarja-Leena also explained before, the system is it is secured. But key elements for us, as I'm going further with those concrete services that we use, these are the background that we need for those things. Digital database, this is a state-based one. Digital identity and signature, digitalization records, secure data exchange, and mobile messaging and payment gateway. This is also helps this to connect with those databases. Just shortly to bring out what we mean with the e-service. Like years before, also in Estonia, some people thought that e-service is the possibility to download a PDF document and use it and fill it in and bring it to the municipality. This we don't think, this is not e-service. This is like some form in online. If I'm going further and explaining the different tools, what all takes together is that identification with your ID card, the database checks your data, and you don't need to fill in all those details about yourself again. For example, if I log into estonia.ee, the system already knows how many kids I have, where I live, what other services I have had in past, and maybe also recommend some things that maybe I need to take a look. So this pre-filled application, and also in our everyday work, we don't need to ask from the citizens unnecessary information, because we can get the information from the database. And this also can, and it will help to bring it less bureaucratic, because all the information comes from the database. This one practical example that we use in Elva, and probably maybe in your municipality also, is inclusive budgeting. This is one possibility to give people a possibility to interact and bring their ideas out, and in the last phase they will decide what idea gets the money. But for us it is also like a practical how to say rehearsal of democracy, in that way that people are more if the subject is more local, people are more easy to engage, because they know that it affects their everyday life more. If we take those big like over-country initiatives that Marja-Leena said before, the target group is so much wider, but with this, for example, with this inclusive budgeting, this affects like people on the spot. And we do it online. The voting is online. The ideas, they send the materials to online to one system that it's called Volis. It's developed in Estonia, and the voting is also with your identity card, and you log in, and if you are 16 years old or older, you can vote. But in Elva case, we check also, are you registered as an Elva municipality citizens? In some parts, I know that Tartu, second biggest city in Estonia, and I think they were the first ones who started using inclusive budgeting. They have been discussing whether to change the principle, because Tartu is a university town and they have so many people who are living there, but they are not registered there. So the rules you can make yourself. Who do you want to engage? But why we use Volis is that we can check how many votes he or she has given, and also, as I said before, to bring people vote online. Maybe more of them will vote online in some other over country or national elections or local elections. Also, we have a possibility to vote offline in our municipality building, in libraries, and also the same that Marja-Leena said before, our people are there to help them, and maybe in one point they can do it home alone and voting with his or her ID card. And also it's for those who don't have ID card, only a passport, or we just need your ID, isikukood is personal code that we have, and a document with the picture. Yeah.
When the citizen is voting, does she have one vote, or can she make like preparation like in Helsinki? It's like...
In inclusive budgeting, we have 3 votes. Yeah, yeah. And as you can read from the slide, we are not a very big municipality, so we have 45,000 to share, and we share this amount with three different regions in our municipality, and this was one of the things that we put into this agreement when the administrative reform in Elva municipality took place. Yeah.
What is your total budget per year?
I think it's 27 millions. 30 million. Yeah. Yeah.
How many people live in your municipality?
Sorry?
How many people live in your municipality?
It's almost 15,000. Yeah. We are comparing to maybe all of you, we are quite small, but in Estonia it's like an average, I think.
And what is the rate of participation in this initiative?
How
many people involved online?
Right now, the voting is going on. Just this week is the voting week, but last year I think it was almost 2,000 people. So and also as we are sharing the money between regions, these local small communities are getting together for their idea, and they are promoting people and come and vote. And also, I don't have the statistics how many votes are coming from Volis and how many people are coming to our physical places to vote, but more and more it's getting it's used by everyone.
Are you also considering to use this for more strategic and sort of decisions about big funding, like in my city, where we are building a new municipal building integrated with the railway station? Has been a lot of debate. We landed the decision, and still the Facebook flow is going on. It's a very controversial decision, but would you dare to put out a mechanism like this for such a sort of sensitive issue?
I believe Heikki has maybe a different opinion, but for me, this inclusive budgeting and also these public hearings that we do, I will talk about them later. It, in some sense, educates people, and in one point where we know that the people are really understanding for what they are voting and what are the pros and cons, and that the decision is really motivated. Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
I would add here that I support the educational part of the public hearing. More controversial is the decision, and more in-depth citizen assembly process you have, actually better a dialogue you will get, because there's a lot of this explaining, because it's a controversial, so people want to have a educated decision here, and it actually binds them more together, and they are more happy about the choice. The one who, let's say, lost, if there have been a lot of engagement.
Sorry, Heikki wanted to comment, and then
it's we have had a discussion that this summer should be bigger, and more money we should divide through voting, but actually we have nearly 20% of our budget what we can decide ourselves. So 80% is
the broad,
social issues, education, and we can't use in other places this money. So the amount of money what we can use and decide self is not so big.
Okay, thanks.
And one small question that's very important for Klaipėda, because we also are trying to do some interesting things on digitalization. That platform was created by municipality itself or private company?
It's a private company that was supported by Estonian government, and I know that it's Andmevara, and they have some cooperation projects outside Estonia. But to be really honest, the Volis system is a bit needs to be updated a bit, because we experience some problems there. We don't use Volis only for voting. Our city government, municipality government use Volis for their meetings for voting. So you don't have to be physically there. You log into this system and you can vote online. You can watch the what others are talking, and then you just vote from far.
And there were no crashes.
There are crashes. There are crashes, but yeah, those are like two different parts from this one platform. Mainly, at first, I think it was designed for public participation, like inclusive budgeting, to collecting the votes.
I will explain why I'm asking, because in Klaipėda city, we have digital registration to kindergartens and schools.
Yes, we have, yeah.
First of all, the system was introduced for the registration for the kindergartens. It crashed twice.
Okay.
And all the data disappeared. And schools, the same. When we asked, I was at the working group where we were choosing different variables, how many schools you can apply, what documents you should provide. And then public tender was announced, and private company won the tender. And they were swearing, no crashes. And it crashed.
In public sector, it's like really, really bad. This company cannot afford those crashes. Hopefully they could like fix it quickly, or I don't know how it ended for you. Are you still using it?
Yes, we are still using. They managed to
Okay, I will talk more about those. We have the similar things in Estonia. Yeah.
But they are bad for trust of citizens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I have a question there. Yeah.
How do you handle the identification?
This system takes data from this X road, where all the registration data is based through ID cards. Yeah, it's similar with this voting procedure. Yeah.
I just think it's a very good point you made there, because
yeah,
it was kind of what I said earlier, but having all the kindergarten thing crashing and disappearing, that's, well, I think, but all, what did you, 30 million euros?
Yes.
Just being, like, they are being controlled by this electronic system. That was, yeah, I just think it's worth thinking about before implementing a system within any city.
Yeah, but that's the architectural choice of the system.
Yeah.
In Estonia, we have really
different ones.
Keen, understanding that you need to have not one box solution, but you need to have separate models. So this kind of crash, in that sense, in Estonia, is not actually possible. This data, what you have, is in the other place.
Yes.
Always. It's always shared.
And
we have the cloud.
Those crashes that we meant before isn't the crashes with the identification. It's the crashes that are like coming from the internet connection or something like that. The connection breaks or something, but not with the data. Okay. Yeah.
15,000 is not so big amount. So what are the main type of the project proposal?
Yeah, this is a good point. As we said that our total budget, this is like a quite small part, but this is for the like local regions and local places. And like from last year, the outside, how to say, gyms were built, and some like kindergarten playgrounds. Those small things that people need to their, yeah.
If the system crashes, how long is the break? Is it just for two hours like that?
No, I cannot say you like a universal answer for that, because you mean when the system with data crashes?
Yeah.
We don't have had those kind of crashes.
Or for example, the crashes of the kindergarten.
It was a terrible crash, the first one, because data didn't disappear at all. They restored it after a week or two. But for example, it is very important that there is a lack or deficit of places in the kindergarten, and people are fighting.
Yeah, we have the same. We have the same.
Example, if
Yeah.
there are 20 places available and you were number one, then after the system,
You were last.
You were number 19. Why? How it happened? And you understand that people. Trust is declining hugely, because then it's people are talking that someone on purpose did this crash, when you know that really that the system was not how to say maintained, and everything depends on public tender.
Yeah.
This is the biggest issue, not
Yeah.
the system itself, not the platform, not all the digital issues, but public tender.
Yeah.
And experiencing very problem public tenders.
Okay, just briefly, once again, as I said before, we have a public consultations. For most of our municipality regulations and drafts are available for public consultation. It's like a co-work. People can give their opinion. We discuss it in municipality commissions, and also this feedback part, the results, why this thought is not included into the draft or to the regulation. It's like it has to be motivated, and you have to always give feedback if you ask something from people. And also for that, in our web page, we have this small platform. You log in, you just can post it, and we have it in our document system. So some practical examples. It will nicely go further from your kindergarten example. They're quite small here, but you can read the slides later. We have Spoku. There are just like short names for these systems. Arno and Spoku, they are developed by the same company. And Spoku is a web platform for all the public services that we use in Elva. For example, applications you want to have but not for kindergartens. Arno is for kindergartens. Spoku is for everything else. And also the system, you log in with your ID card. You can have a permission to get support money for some social service, or all those different services are coming through Spoku. Arno, this is the web platform for managing educational services. It was like a real practical need for us. The same thing you brought out. People were fighting for the kindergarten places, and I think also Spoku and Arno, the developers started to do it because of the need of Tartu city. So it was for the municipality who brought up the need, and this private sector company started to develop it. I know that Arno is used in I don't know the exact number, but in lots of different municipalities, and also for the school places, and also this goes through X-Road with identification. Volis, this was the system I already talked about, that we use for voting, but for municipality council and government sessions. And the problems mainly are with the connections. As I don't know how it is in your country, but in Estonia, in the rural areas, the internet connection isn't still that good. But hopefully it will get better. You need to have internet connection. Arkis, this is a platform presenting detailed plans and general plans online. Maybe you have heard probably about it. We are going to use it for creating our general plan. People can post their ideas, placing on the map, and write the idea there. And this also collects all our detailed plans, and you can watch them through our website. And Amphora, this is a digital document management system that are used in our municipality and most of Estonian municipalities. So just more about this Spoku solution. We say this is like a phrase: flexible, reliable, and effective. Here you can see all the different fields of the services. This is the view that citizen can have. I'm sorry, they are in Estonian, but here are like education and culture, social and healthcare. You just pick the right box, and then you can see the services that are available. And just very briefly about our communication and using different digital tools. In Estonia, people are using websites and Facebook. This is like a normal everyday life in Estonia. We don't have any regulations how local municipality has to use Facebook or Instagram, or how can it be used. For us, the web page elva.ee is like a formal place, but in Facebook and in Instagram we can approach people more like with a different style of text, and also we can communicate through those channels. And also it depends from the age group that we are trying to communicate. We also have a weekly newsletter. This we send out like really a traditional way in our email, and it's available now in our website. And weekly info, the idea is to make government more open and people know where are the officials, who they are meeting. And in weekly newsletter, the officials and also members of the government, they just have a brief overview of what the meeting was about. And it's really, it has had a really good feedback from our municipality citizens. And we have our special mobile application. This is just a screenshot from our web page. And this is our mobile application, like a screenshot picture. Why we use it and why we started to use it. I know Finns are probably very well informed about it because the company comes from Finland. But in Elva, we use it mostly for sharing the information. What is the main advantage is that people can choose the subjects they want to have information about, and also we can share the information depending on the area the people are located, so they don't get any unnecessary things. Of course, when it's like a matter of some danger or something, we can post it like to everyone. And right now we started to use it in January. Right now we have almost, I think, over 100 downloads. In Estonia, there are I think 6 municipalities who are using it, and there are more and more who want to becoming users, because I get a phone call I think every week from some municipality leader who wants to that I share the feedback about this application. And the idea why we started to do it was when we were collected the ideas for our strategical plan. People said that we want to have our municipality app where we can get the information, and where we can have the information in our phone. And also this push notification thing is really good. You don't go to municipality website every day. I don't, for example. Yeah.
Does it mean so you did not consider that it's benefit you?
Sorry?
That this mobile application benefit you, so you did not consider that?
I don't understand.
So it means that you just got information from citizens?
No.
But not any benefit for you?
No, it's also good for us, of course. And
what are benefits for you?
We can see how many people have read those notifications. We can get the feedback. Who are they? Because you have to put your like a profile. How old are you? Which area you are coming from? And also we are doing pretty many different questionnaires through this app. For example, where do you want to locate a trash can or something like that. And this is, if it comes to your phone, it's okay, you open it and it's really easy to answer. You don't have to go into the website. And through this app, if you want to like read something further, it links to our web page and it's connected through RSS. So our manager who deals with these applications don't have to like write everything again, because the news come from our web page data.
Mm-hmm. But so it's now about more than 100 downloads. So
yes, but we are doing campaigns in different municipalities in Estonia. The number of downloads are different, but it needs like really bringing the subject up to people that, we have an application, maybe you should download it and to get information. Because all the time, also for these public consultations, we do public meetings. If the subject needs to discuss it with the people also in a physical way, we do it. And now and then we get the information that there's so many information, but I still don't know when it was. Or no, you are probably well familiar with it. So this is one tool to help. Yeah.
And there is a possibility to, if you notice, for example, a hole on the street, and then you can make a photo, and it
places on the map.
It places on the map automatically, and you send directly through this app, and then we know that where is the problem or what is the problem.
It's just a question, but if the hole gets fixed, is there another photo?
No, but we now have developed a system that for our officials, all those like problems, they get the different like a sign, is it's done or it's not done, because you need to do it. Otherwise, people don't. In one point, they don't even take the pictures anymore because no one is repairing the holes.
Because actually, it's really like sometimes those solutions can be so simple, like just taking another photo. The contractor who does the job. So it's another information for you that actually job is done.
Yeah.
Plus, it's very good communication for the cities.
Yeah, this is a really good
win-win situation. Yeah. It's just 2 photos and no other procedure.
Yeah.
In case of Lithuania, we had one good story, but it's better to have photo of politicians. Not the good work, because otherwise nobody vote for you.
Okay, but what comes to mobile applications, just to bring it all together, you don't need many different applications or different platforms. The less you have, more multifunctional they are, the better it is, because no one can follow all those different ones. Yeah. So I think I'm finished right now. It popped somewhere here. If you have any questions, then I'm happy to answer. Go to the end of the presentation. And all the slides will be sent to you and will be published in UBC website also. So, yeah?
Hello, Anders Kalmar in Sweden. It's a municipality 68,000, so it's average in Sweden. But just a general question about these kind of digital applications. You mentioned quite a few, and both for the participation and also for like general administration within the municipality. How do you work, cooperate between municipalities and at the national level in developing this application? Because I think for a small municipality, it's rather expensive to procure and make specific solution for your municipality. And I think that's the debate we have in Sweden, that what should be like steered from the top level and what should be up to the municipalities. And we have some kind of, depends on the issues. And we have the association for municipalities are doing certain things, but many times it's up to each municipality to develop.
It is a really, really good question. This is a subject of discussion also in Estonia. What comes to those databases, they are provided by our government, and also some of these different platforms, for example, Volis, and the web page platform that we are using right now is mainly supported by the government. But there is a but. If you are maybe a bigger and richer municipality, you can have your own solutions. For example, Tallinn and Tartu, they have developed something that maybe connects even more with their concrete needs. And if you pay it for yourself, the development process is more quicker, and all the problems with those like bugs or some errors, it can be fixed quicker. But the smaller municipalities in Estonia, we have the solutions that are supported by the country, but we are using them, but we are still always thinking maybe to take a step further. For example, the app, this isn't supported by our government in any way. This is our wish to use it also with this Spoku and Arno. This is our possibility to get the better service for our citizens. Yeah, Volis and our webpage, they are the,
Okay, what about the other municipalities in Estonia? Does Tallinn have an application like this?
Tallinn I think they have their application, but they have developed it themselves. We are using the application that are developed by one Finnish company, and it's used in Finland. And so we just bought in the platform, and we give our data there and the design, and this is all done by developer. But Tallinn has done it separately from us because they have a lot more money. They have also a pretty good register for example, if you want to have a public event, you have to ask permissions from different parts. They have developed a special platform for that connects through the data with all those different government organizations. But this is their Tallinn's private one. But what comes to developing Volis or this web page platform, all the municipalities are giving their money. But for example, the Amphora that we use for documentation system, if we want some new tool there, maybe we want to have one different view or one new function, we have to pay it for ourselves, or if there is some other municipality who needs it, we can put our monies together. But afterwards, all the users can use it anyway. So this is like...
What is the name of the developing company?
I think it's Andmevara.
Is it Appium?
Appium, for the application you mean, it's Future Dialogue, the Finnish one. I think that I can look through and give you later the names which municipalities in Finland are using it.